Oh, okay. People keep telling me that it's hard to explain uh, how upset people are. I don't mean that they're angry at one another or this person or that, or upset by something nebulous or abstract. Uh, there's just a feeling of apprehension and a feeling that things are spiraling out of control economically or culturally. Uh, There's something paradoxical to think that before the recent uh, difficulty with Brexit, the English were letting plenty of people come into the economy, you might say, that would deserve some discussion. But it wasn't at the fever pitch as recent discussion. But anyway, it's possible to say even without immigration and all that, enough was happening so that you can look at it this way. Brexit was like, you know, lethal damage done to a dirigible about to tie up, to the mooring staff somewhere. All the luxury aboard the craft suddenly turning into one large conflagration. Tremendous fire, tremendous amount of death. Um, so that the first tear in the fabric of the dirigible was Brexit. And what follows, all the hot air, you might say, that we get in the media and so on, has to do with recriminations about that, and then also immigration, as far as the UK is concerned. And then, of course, the contagion is also that people in the EU uh, say, well, we can't make this work right. It's unaccountable, like the Brits said. The EU now is under tremendous stress. Uh, it would be even without the war about the Hormuz problem. The energy problems are volatile and people are upset. And all the politicians can do is promise to get everything settled down soon. And because it is such a high interest game to play around with energy, that might happen. On the other hand, because it's such a high interest game, people know how to throw a monkey wrench into every negotiation, and if that doesn't work, then brute force, which could backfire or it be blowback or whatever. Uh, so it's like the burning of a dirigible that has been fatally wounded, beginning with Brexit, notwithstanding immigration, and then the follow through on the continent, where a loss of faith in the EU has centered around the idea that people don't vote for people who are making all the rules. Something that wasn't only a problem for people in the UK. Certainly not now, anyway. Now, then, one good thing that has come out of all the chaos is that NATO, I think, will be disposed of. And there's got to be something better, and that might happen. But meanwhile, we'll be picking up the pieces of very much else. And what began as an elegant way to handle elite, flammable, uh, lighter than air gases and all that, for their tablecloths and their brandy or whatever else. The dirigible was over with that fire that took place in New Jersey some years ago. Almost a fluke in a way, but that sewed it up. And then soon there was wars, World War. So, you know, by the time all that took place, there wasn't room for revisiting all that. But we have a situation, some very bad things have happened in the UK and the rest of Europe. Uh, there's even an argument again whether the UK is uh, part of Europe, and so that's how our feelings have developed. Uh, Another problem is our failure to understand media and what they are for, and to understand that the maintenance of democracy anywhere is very costly. You have to invest and contribute to the maintenance of democracy. You can't just uh, exercise false economy. So now uh, the kids in particular can compare the chain reaction between Brexit and all of Europe to a dirigible that certainly couldn't fly once it was torn open. And that's what happened with Brexit. Brexit was like a wound to the body politic, and then, of course, all kinds of things started happening. And the experts, the scholars of any age, are able to look at events and see what cause and effect might or might not explain a lot of things. Well, that's all I have to say about a lot of that. I hope that answers your question. Sometimes I get questions I can't help with, many of them. Let's see, it's 2 o'clock Sunday, the something or other. What would that be? Oh, let me see, I've got my watch here. Um, Sunday the 22nd of March, 2026.